let us look into a few numericals related to temperature coefficient and then calculation of resistivity and so on. Okay, so let's come to the first question. Okay, so read the question. There are two conductors having the same resistance at 0 degrees, but their temperature coefficients are alpha 1 and alpha 2. Okay, we have already studied what is temperature coefficient. Then the respective temperature coefficients in series and parallel combination. That means when these two conductors are in series, what will be the equivalent temperature coefficient? Okay, so before we start, let's look into what is temperature coefficient of resistivity. If you remember, alpha is equal to RT minus R naught by R naught into T minus 0, where T minus 0 is the temperature difference. So here, because we are going to differentiate the relation, I will write this alpha as change in resistance as dR by initial resistance at 0 degrees is R naught and temperature difference I am writing it as dt. So from here, remember, what is dR by dt equal to? Variation of resistance with temperature. We can write it as alpha into R naught. Call this as equation 1. Okay, we'll be making use of this for finding the answer. See, let us suppose two resistors are in series combination. So we know what is the resistance in series combination. It is resistance of the first resistor plus resistance of second resistor at a certain temperature. That means these are the values after T degrees rise of temperature. Now if I differentiate this relation, okay, we get dRs is equal to dR1 plus dR2. Divide with dt. If dt is the rise of temperature. Now look at this. What is dR in series combination by dt? From this relation we can write it as alpha into R naught. But this is equivalent value. I'll write it as alpha S in series combination. And this is the equivalent resistance in series combination at 0 degrees. Should be dR1 by dt. Again I will write it as alpha 1 into R naught plus, for this temperature coefficient is alpha 2 into R naught. Since the equivalent resistance in series combination, okay, what is the equivalent resistance in series combination? It will be R1 plus R2. So you can replace this R equivalent as R1 plus R2, alpha S into R0 plus R0 equals to, take out alpha 1 plus alpha 2 multiplied with R0. So cancel off R0 on either sides. What is the value of alpha in series combination coming out to be? Alpha 1 plus alpha 2 divided by 2. Okay, now for parallel combination, okay, we know when resistors are in parallel, we can write 1 by Rp as 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Again differentiate this relation, minus 1 by Rp square, because differential of 1 by R is minus 1 by R square, into dRp by dt, temperature, is minus 1 by R1 square into dR1 divided by dt plus minus 1 by R2 square into dR2 divided by dt. That minus term will anyway get cancelled throughout. Since minus is getting cancelled, we know this can be represented as what? Alpha in parallel combination into the resistance, that is Rp divided by Rp square will be alpha 1 into R1 by R1 square plus alpha 2 into R2 divided by R2 square. Anyway, one Rp will get cancelled. Alpha in parallel combination divided by Rp equals to alpha 1 by R1 plus alpha 2 by R2. Since at 0 degrees R1 and R2 are equal, and we know the parallel combination of resistance will be R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. Since both are equal, I am replacing it as R. So what is the value of Rp equal to? R by 2. Substitute Rp as R by 2 and R1 and R2 as R. Then what will you get the coefficient of temperature coefficient of resistivity in parallel combination? It will be alpha 1 plus alpha 2 whole divided by 2. So you get the same answer for equivalent temperature coefficient of resistivity in series as well as in parallel combination. Okay, now come to this question. It is said that there is a copper tube whose length is 5 meter and it has internal and external diameters as 5 centimeter and 5.10 centimeter, and you need to evaluate its resistance across its length. Okay, since it's a hollow tube, okay, for a hollow copper wire, thickness is given anyway. This is a hollow copper tube and we need to find the resistance across its length. So when you have to evaluate resistance across its length, okay, we know R is equal to rho into L divided by capital A, where A represents the area of cross section, or capital R is equal to, rho value is already given, 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 8 into length is 5 meter divided by, see, area of cross section of this hollow pi is pi into outer radius square minus inner radius square. Since they have given you the diameters instead of radius, okay, substitute the radii. R is 1.7 into 5 into 10 to the power minus 8 divided by pi is 3.14. So if diameter is 5, radius will be half of it. So I am dividing this as diameter by 2. So I will take that 4 to the numerator. Final diameter is 5.10, 5.1 whole square minus 5 square, converting centimeters to meters into 10 to the power minus 4. So simplify the value, 1.7 into 20 by 3.14 into 5.1 into 5.1. Okay, find out what is the value of 5.1 into 5.1. Okay, you will get 26.01 minus 25, and this 10 per minus 4 and 10 per minus 8, I will make it 10 to the power minus 4 in the numerator. So find out the answer for this. 1.7 into 220, that will be 3.4, that is 34 by 3.14 into 26.01 minus 25 will be around 1.01 into 10 to the power minus 4, approximately. Find out what should the answer be. This will be nearly more than 10 times. So 11 into 10 to the power minus 4 ohms. Okay, calculation is just substitution, but remember, when you have a hollow copper tube, then in such a case, while taking the area of cross section, take it as pi into R2 square minus R1 square. Now coming to this question, okay, the masses of 3 copper wires is given as 1:3:5. Okay, we are given the ratio of masses, M1 is to M2 is to M3 is 1:3:5, and their lengths are in the ratio L1 is to L2 is to L3 is 5:3:1, and then you need to find out the ratio of their resistance. So before calculating the ratio, first see how is resistance related to mass and length. We know R is rho into L by A. Since area of cross section is not given, I'll multiply with L and divide with L. Can we write it as rho L square by volume? And now since all the wires are of same material, that is copper, volume can be written as mass by density. Okay, density I am using the symbol D here. Mass is constant, resistivity, mass is not constant, resistivity is same, density is also same. How is resistance related to length and mass? Implies R is proportional to L square divided by M. Since resistance is proportional to square of length and inversely related to mass, so we know the lengths are in the ratio 5:3:5. So L square will be in the ratio 25:9:1. Then what is the inverse ratio of the masses? 1 by M1 is to 1 by M2 is to 1 by M3 will be 1 by 1 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 5. Take LCM. 15. 15 is to 5 is to 3. Okay, I can write it as 15 is to 5 is to 3. So this gives you the ratio of their inverse ratio of the masses. And L1 square is to L2 square is to L3 square is 5 square is to 3 square is to 1. That's nothing but 25:9:1. Now multiply these two because resistance is proportional to L square into 1 by M. What should be the ratio of their resistances? Product of these two. 25 into 15 is to 5 into 9 is to 1 into 3. Cancel of 3. 25 into 5. 5 into 3 is to 1. Okay, you will get the answer 125 is to 15 is to 1. So this gives you the ratio of the resistances if you are given ratio of masses and length. Now come to this question. A and B are 2 points on a uniform ring of resistance capital R. Okay, assume that there is a circle, a ring. A and B are 2 points. This whole ring has a resistance capital R. Okay, center is C. If this angle is theta, angle ACB is given as theta, we need to find the equivalent resistance between these 2 points. See, we will first find out what is the resistance of the upper part. I'll call this as R1. And the resistance of the lower part, let the resistance be R2. First, let us find out what is its resistance. Since resistance is proportional to length, for a length of 2 pi r length of the wire has a resistance capital R. What is the length of this arc? Can we write the length of the arc as r into d theta? R into theta. Okay, I will call this radius as r into theta. Will have a resistance R1. Divide the two relations. What is R1 coming out to be equal to? R1 by R should be r into theta by 2 pi r. Okay, R1 by r is r into theta by 2 pi r and r gets cancelled. See, we got the value of R1. What is R1 equal to? R1 is r into theta divided by 2 pi. So if this part has a resistance r into theta by 2 pi, the remaining part will have a resistance r minus r theta by 2 pi. Because total resistance is r, if upper part is having this fractional value, the remaining will be the resistance R2. How are R1 and R2 connected in parallel combination? So R equivalent can be written as R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Simplify it. R equivalent is R theta by 2 pi into R minus R theta by 2 pi product divided by sum will give you capital R. Cancel of R. So what should your answer be? If I remove R, theta into theta by 2 pi, I'll take out this R outside. 1 minus theta by 2 pi. This will give you the equivalent resistance. Now look at this question. A rod of length L, cross-sectional area is A, is lying along x-axis. Now this time resistivity is a variable. Okay, similar to the previous question. If resistivity is a variable, assume that this is a conductor, cylinder, whose length is L, area of cross section is A. So just like we have taken in the previous case, first I will consider one small element of this conductor whose thickness is dx at a distance x. Write the resistivity of this small resistor for this small shaded portion, rho L by A. Okay, rho, length I took it as dx divided by area of cross section is capital A. Since we need the total resistance should be integral of, instead of rho I will put the value whatever is given, that is rho naught e to the power minus x by L into dx divided by capital A. Limits are from 0 to L because we have to integrate from one end of the conductor to another. So solve the integral. R is equal to rho naught constant, A constant, integral e to the power minus x by L is e to the power minus x by L, don't stop here, divided by differential of this. Differential of minus x by L is minus 1 by L. What are the limits? 0 to L. Okay, if I will take it as small l. Now implies, what should be your resistance? Rho naught, L comes to numerator, by A, e to the power minus x by L when you put the limits. E to the power minus of, okay, this minus sign, x by L, in the place of x if I put it as L, L by L would be 1. So e to the power minus 1, minus of minus is plus. When x is 0, e to the power 0 will become 1. So what should be your resistance? R equal to rho naught capital L by A into 1 minus 1 by E. So this gives you the resistance of this conductor where resistivity is varying according to this particular relation. Okay, now look at this question. They have given you that the specific conductance, okay, instead of resistance it is conductance here, take care. So the specific conductance of a cylindrical wire whose length is L and area of cross section is A is varying according to this relation, where x is the distance along the axis of the cylinder and then you need to find its resistance along the axis. So since conductivity is not a constant, it's a variable, assume that this is a cylinder whose length is equal to L and area of cross section is given as A. And now we need to find out its resistance. We know already that resistance is rho into L divided by A, or if you write it in terms of sigma, it is L by sigma into A, where here sigma represents conductivity. Since conductivity is not constant and it is varying with distance, take one small element of this cylinder, okay, circular element of the cylinder whose thickness is dx, which is at a distance x from one end of the cylinder, okay, from 0 to L length. We took an element of length dx which is at a distance x. Now I will write the resistance of only this shaded portion. Okay, if I write the resistance as dr, what is dr equal to? Length. Length I took it as dx by sigma into area of cross section is same, that is capital A, or dr is equal to dx, I will keep it as it is, by, instead of sigma I will use the relation whatever is given. It is sigma naught by root x, so numerator it will become root x divided by A. But since we need the total resistance should be integral of this, 1 by rho naught into A, both are constant, into dx into root x. What are the limits of my integration? Starting from 0 till you reach the length L. Okay, that is from 0 to L. Integrate the relation. Okay, I am writing the resistance. R is equal to 1 by sigma naught A comes out. Integral of root x, that is x to the power half, is x to the power half plus 1, that is 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. From where to where? Limits are from 0 to L. So you will get the resistance R as, okay, bring this 2 by 3 here, 2 by 3, sigma naught into A is constant. X to the power 3 by 2, when you put the limits, will become L to the power 3 by 2 minus 0. Okay, or R is equal to, okay, what should be capital R equal to? 2 L to the power 3 by 2 by 3 into sigma naught into capital E. So this term will give you the resistance of this particular resistor. Now coming to this question, a current density of a cylinder. Okay, so assume that this is a cylinder. And how is its current density varying? It's a variable density. J is equal to K into R square. That means as distance from center is changing, its current density is also changing. For such a cylinder, they are asking you to calculate the current from R by 3 to R by 2. Okay, from a distance R by 3 till a distance R by 2, we need to find out the resistance of the, current through that cylinder. And we already know how is current related to current density. Current density J is equal to I by A, or I is equal to J dot A, or if your area is negligible and small, we write it as J dot ds. Now I'll be making use of this relation to calculate the current. For that, consider one small cylindrical shell of thickness dr, radius small r. Okay, if I show you the cross section of the cylinder, cross section of the cylinder is a circle. I have taken this identical, small ring at a distance r, thickness is equal to dr. So let us calculate what is the current passing through this small portion. I is equal to, or di is equal to, current density into area of this shaded portion is 2 pi r into dr. Since I need the total current, integrate the relation. What to replace J as according to the question? K into R square into 2 pi r into dr. Limits are from R by 3 to R by 2. R by 3 to R by 2. Simplify this. What should I come out to be? K constant, 2 pi constant. 2 pi k I am writing outside. R square into R is R cube. Integral of R cube is R to the power 4 by 4. And put the limits. R by 3 to R by 2. So current comes out to be 2 pi k. 4 also I will remove outside. R by 2 whole to the power 4. So R power 4 by 2 power 4 is 16 minus R to the power 4 divided by 81. Okay, either leave the answer like this or you can further simplify. Okay, I can write it as K pi by 2 into R to the power 4 by 16 minus R to the power 4 divided by 81. So this gives you the current passing through the cylinder. Okay, in this question, we are asked to find out the resistance of a truncated cylinder. Okay, the meaning of truncated cylinder, see its radius is, inner radius is small a. As you go away, radius is increasing to a b. And length is given as L, resistivity is given as rho. So for calculating the resistance of this truncated cylinder, take one small disc whose thickness is dx, which is at a distance x from one end. Okay, now I need the radius of this pink colored cylinder. For getting the radius, I will drop a line like this. See, this distance is a, this will also be a. What is the remaining distance? B minus a. See, from here to here, the distance will be b minus a. I'll call this angle as theta, and this vertical distance I'll take it as y. Okay, remaining distance was a. Now tell me, what is the radius of that pink cylinder what we have, pink disc what we have taken? Is it a plus y? Okay, where we do not know the value of y. To get the value of y, look at this triangle. Okay, with an angle theta. you can write tan theta as y by x, which is also equal to this distance by length of the cylinder, that is b minus a divided by L. So from here tell me what is y coming out to be? B minus a by L into x. So radius will be a plus b minus a into x divided by L. Call this as equation 1. And now that if you know the radius of this disc, I will write its resistance as dr, which is rho into L by A. Length we took it as dx, and area I will write it as pi into r square. Okay, area of the disc is pi r square, thickness is dx. So resistance of this small disc, what we have imagined, is given by this relation. Now hope you understood now. To get the total resistance, what we have to do? Integrate the relation. So let's see how to integrate it. Integral of r will give you r, rho constant, pi constant, integral of dx by r square. Okay, we know the radius as a plus b minus a into x by L. So a plus b minus a into x by L whole square. Okay, differentiate this, integrate this relation. What are the limits of my integration? Starting from this point till the end, that is from 0 to L. So let us see how to integrate it. R is equal to rho by pi, integral of, take this term to the numerator, a plus b minus a into x by L whole square into dx to the power minus 2. So we know integral of something to the power minus 2. What is it equal to? Okay, this term whole to the power minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1. So I will write it as minus 1 by a plus b minus a into x divided by L. But don't stop here. Again we have to divide it with integral of, differential of this term. What is differential of this term with respect to x? Differential of a is 0 plus differential of this term is b minus a divided by L. So divide this relation by b minus a by L. And what are the limits? 0 to L. Now when you simplify it, okay, I'll take this term to numerator, rho L by pi into b minus a, okay, minus 1 by, put the limits in the place of x. Okay, what to write in the place of x? X is equal to L. When this becomes L, L and L gets cancelled. A plus b minus a, we are left with b. Minus of minus plus. When x is 0, what will you get? Okay, when you put x as L, L and L got cancelled. When x is 0, this whole term becomes 0. It is 1 by a. Simplify it. Rho L by pi into b minus a. Take LCM. AB, b minus a. B minus a and b minus a gets cancelled. What is the resistance of this truncated cylinder? Rho into L by pi into AB. Now when this question comes for objective, remember answer is rho L by, observe the area. We know area of cross section of a cylinder should be pi r square. But instead of r square, is it coming it as pi r1 r2? Radius of one side and radius of another side. I repeat, it is similar to rho L by pi r square, but r square is split as r1 and r2. So this gives you the resistance of a truncated cylinder.